Hi everyone, Father Brad, pastor at St. Luke here. As we roll out the Vision 2020 strategic plan, we want to get at why the parish exists and how we do it, and then get specifically in each area of ministry of why we do these things and how we do it. So if you notice on that sheet back there and on your strategic plan, why we exist is to develop joyful disciples, grow in Christ, and serve with love. That's why. How do we do it? We do it by using our compassionate love and talents to cultivate relationship and inspire action so that all experience the fullness of Jesus Christ. In this video, we're going to have parishioners talk about each of the 7 main areas of church life, explain why it's important, and how we do it here at St. Luke. Thank you and God bless.
Hi, my name is Nick Gron. I'm a member of the Communication Commission. I've been at the parish for 3 years now with my wife and 3 little girls. 2 of them go to school here. One of them is really excited to join. We all have a part in Christ's mission. We need to hear, obey, and participate in that. That's communication. That's why it's important. Communication is about saying the right thing, the right way to the right people. So imagine you're the parish. There's events being hosted here all the time. Fun, exciting events for the community. Now imagine all the people volunteering their hours that come to those events and use their strengths to make them successful. Imagine all the people that are brought in that come to the parish for the first time and see these events. How do we follow up with those people? How do we connect to those people? St. Luke is a community with a diverse audience and many communication needs and preferences. We have emails, we have bulletins, we have mass announcements. We have all these things. It's equally easy to send a message out as it is to overload people with too much information. Join us in the communication group. Help us make it right.
Yeah, hi, I'm Mike McAuliffe. I'm with the Stewardship and Leadership Commission. My wife Monica and I have been parishioners here at St. Luke's for about 30 years. The Stewardship and Leadership Commission is important to the parish because it touches everything else that goes on. If we look at the Vision 2020 initiative, there are 6 other commissions that are developing really exciting initiatives, and all of those require things that we're looking at in our commission. We need leaders, we need stewards, people that volunteer their time, and we also need funding for some of these initiatives. And the Stewardship and Leadership team is looking at working on all of those. So closely tied to the stewardship of time and talent is also leadership. So many of the opportunities that we get with the parish involve being leaders, lay ministers, and it can be somewhat daunting the first time you're asked to do something like that. So our commission is also looking at ways that we can provide training and processes that will make it easier for parishioners to take on leadership opportunities. We'd like parishioners to please come and join us in our activities. Come to the Vision Fair after Mass this weekend and learn more and sign up to help us out.
I and my son Peter are East Coast people. We moved here a few years ago, became members of St. Luke Parish in 2012, and quickly became part of and felt a part of the parish family. I'm facilitating the Justice and Outreach Commission, which is a nice outgrowth for me of the ongoing commission, which I became a part of early on. Our mission starting out was to discern and plan formational opportunities and ministries to help all of us better understand our call to reach out to the most vulnerable in our community and also beyond that in the world. We concluded that a parish culture of outreach to the needy was really essential to inspiring us, empowering us to live the tenets of our Catholic faith. Working together on common goals as a parish community, we felt would bring the community together to really create parish community. Because working with someone is a much more effective way of creating an intimate relationship than just saying hi to someone at Mass. This Justice and Outreach Commission, already existing, going forward, which is going to be bolstered by all the input we're getting through this vision process, is going to be a venue for people to to seek out opportunities where they can use their individual talents. And some of the specifics might be doing mission work, either internationally, let's say El Salvador, or at home, walking right at home with our mental health ministry, helping immigrants and refugees whom we're discovering are living right in our own community, working with the St. Vincent de Paul to bring material goods to those in urgent need. We are going to bring all these opportunities together in a more organized form so that people can really have an inventory of what's available to match up with what they feel they can most bring to all these different efforts.
Lee Goodrich. My wife and I moved to the Shoreline area in 1997, and we had two young girls, second and fourth grade, that we wanted to go to a Catholic school, so we brought them to St. Luke's. The community and hospitality. People need to feel a sense of belonging in church. We understood, or we talked about it quite a bit, really, that God is the one that invites somebody back. If you come in and you feel the Spirit of the Lord moving, He'll come back. The issue was that sometimes the people in the church can make you not feel as comfortable. So in terms of hospitality, we wanted to encourage people to accept strangers very readily and to be engaging and friendly. It's also interesting that if people are focused on the liturgy during a Mass, people will see that energy and want to find out why it's such an important part of the church experience for folks. We need a large number of people in the parish to respond from their hearts and to meet new people as they come in. But we just want people that come to Mass to feel the energy and the power of the people around them, not only in a friendly way, but in a worship way. Other than that, though, we need people to volunteer to take on certain aspects of hospitality and have programs that, especially to integrate the school and the church into one community. St. Luke's should be represented as a whole rather than the two parts.
So my name is Jennifer. I'm on the Evangelization Commission, and I've been a parishioner my whole life. I went to school here at St. Luke School and moved away a bit when I was in college, and the first few years I was married and then came back because this felt like home. I'm on the Evangelization Commission. When we started, the word evangelization had a very negative connotation for a lot of people. As we learned, people are really a little more familiar now since we started the E word. As we began to learn about it, we learned that it was really the mission of our church. And I'm going to read to you, we focused a lot on a passage from the Bible from Matthew 28:19, which Jesus says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations." And we really took that to heart and talked about how we could do that as a parish. So as a commission, we looked for ways that we could become an evangelizing parish, not only as a church, but as individuals. Initially, we are hoping to find people that would be willing to serve on an evangelization commission. That is really the first step. We will also look for people who are willing to be a part of an Alpha committee to help with our Alpha series. And further, we want people to just be involved in faith formation in evangelization and learning about how to evangelize and taking part in becoming evangelizers here at St. Luke Parish.
My name is Martin Price, and I was on the Sacrament and Worship Committee. I've been a parishioner here at St. Luke's for about 25 years. I'm married, have a wife named Tony, who's also a parishioner here, and my son, who went to school here and graduated from St. Luke's. Well, I think that it's another way of, I guess our goal is to get people to begin to live out their faith, in their participation in the liturgy, a little bit more involved, as opposed to just attending church on Sundays. And that we would like to see people become more actively involved in the liturgy, like as ushers, sacristans, I think that also helps to deepen the faith, to be a part of the worship itself. Well, I would say a full participation in the liturgy, like I said, through either becoming sacramentals or whatever, but participating in the prayer service that we have after the masses on the third Sunday. Other ways to really live out their faith, participate in different activities that we provide. We're talking about, would like to see more adoration, days of adoration, participating in that, being a part of that, being willing to sign up and host an hour, shall we say, or spend time with the Blessed Sacrament during that hour, so things like that.
My name is Amy. I have 2 girls who go to school at St. Luke, one in 1st grade, one in 7th grade, and I've been in the parish since 1996 and was invited to participate in the Formation and Education Commission. So I think the vision can pretty simply be stated as a desire for people here at the parish to be educated about their faith and to use that understanding of the faith to deepen their understanding of who God has created them to be and how that's called to a greater purpose of service here in the parish and in the wider world. Well, I think at its core, we're asking people to be curious and open to expanding what they know about the faith, to understanding where are they at in their lives right now and where are they called to go next. And part of that process means being willing to participate in the things that are offered here, whether that's a Bible study or information about the history of the church or learning about the sacramental life of the church and what that means for them personally, and really taking the opportunity to say yes and participating in what's being offered.